So again, class, good afternoon, everyone. Again, I am Ma'am Jenilyn Abamo, your OLC for the subject IT 62018. This is section 2 every Friday, 4:30 to 6 p.m. Okay, so we are going to have a recap on our topic last meeting, which is week 3. We are going to discuss the data definition language, and then we are going to apply it in the laboratory or in our hands-on. So the lesson objective for today is that after completing this lesson, the student should be able to categorize difference between database objects, okay? Review and analyze the structure of the table, list and identify the usage of different data types, create a simple table, modify, drop, or delete a column after the table is created. So these are the database objects that we can apply. Okay, so we have the synonym, index, sequence, view, and table. So the synonym is that it gives alternative name to an object. Index is it improves the performance of some queries. Sequence generate numeric views. View logically represents subsets of data from one or more table. And then the table is also known as basic storage composed of rows and columns. So again, the table naming rules, okay? The table names and column names must begin with a letter, uppercase, lowercase, or a combination will do. At least 30 characters long. It must only have a letter from capital A to Z or lower A to Z, 0 to 9, special character underscore, $sign, and sharp symbol. Pero aside from that, okay, you cannot include any other special characters. So please try to avoid $sign and sharp symbol as well, because there are times that it will cause an error. Okay, so the table or the column name can be an alphanumeric. When you say alphanumeric, let's say table 1 without space, okay? But it cannot be one table. Okay, so it always starts with a letter user. So again, it must not duplicate or use the name of other object owned by the same user. And then do not forget that it cannot be an Oracle server reserved word. Okay. So this is the syntax in creating a table statement. Okay, so the create table privilege is a storage area. Okay, so the syntax is create table, table name, column list, data type, size, default expression. Okay, so where table name is the name of the table, column list is the list of columns, and then expression are the constraint added on each column, if any. So this is the sample syntax of the create table statement. So create table, this is the name of the table, followed by the open parenthesis. This is the column name. This is the data type and size and the expression. Okay, so this is the expression, and separate it by comma. So the next is the next column followed by the data type and the size and the expression. Again, separate it by comma. So after the expression, comma, and then the next column, data type and size. Meaning to say, class, we can input until 15 characters. This is 6, this is 15. Okay, and then separated by comma again. This is the first column, data type, and then the size. Again, column name, data type, size, and then close, and then semicolon. Okay, so that's how you are going to create a table. So let's try this one, class. Okay. So now let's start that. We are going to create your own table. Okay, go on. So please type create table. It's the same syntax kanina. Okay, space, and then the table name. Let's say students. And then parenthesis. You can type it on one line. Kahit di ka na mag-enter. Okay, avoid putting spaces if not necessary. Okay, so we can put LN. LN is for last name. Space, varchar, and then size 15. Okay, and then separate it by comma. Okay, first name, varchar 15. Kindly type it, yeah. Okay, there you have it. Separate it by comma again, and then the age. Space, then int, put int or integer. And then close, then semicolon. Okay, meaning to say you already created your table. Okay. Kindly click describe at the bottom. Yeah, click that one. And then please, okay, from the top, kindly erase that one. Yeah, kindly erase the syntax. Okay, you can type describe. And then space, students. That's how you describe a table. Describe and then the name of the table. Do not forget about the semicolon to terminate the line syntax or the line statement. Sorry. Semicolon, please. Okay, then run. Okay, so now if you will notice, the table has been created. It contains the last name, the first name, and then the age. And those are their data types and sizes. Okay, so if you will notice, we did not put the length of the integer. It's because that the integer has a fixed size. Okay, nakadeclare na kaagad doon, number 22. Okay, next. Okay, so that's how you create your table. So please do not forget how to create your table. Okay, so these are the data types, just to let you know. These are the data types that you can put inside your syntax if you're going to create a table. So we have the varchar, which means variable length character data. So we have the char, which is a fixed length data, character data. We have the number, which is variable length numeric data. We have the date, which contains the date and time values. We have the long, which is variable length character data up to 2 GB. We have clog or the character data, which is up to 4 GB. We have the raw and the long raw, which means raw binary data. We have the blob or the binary data up to 4 GB. We have the B file, which means binary data stored in an external file up to 4 GB. And then we also have the row ID, which is a base 64 number system representing the unique address of a row in its table. So, okay, next is the outer statement. Okay, so now we are going to use the outer table statement to add a new column after the table has been created. Modify an existing column definition, define a default value for the new column, drop existing column, rename a column, change table to a read-only status. So just to let you know, class, there are 3 types of outer statement. We have the outer to add, outer to drop, and outer to modify. So the outer to add is to add a new column after the table has been created. Outer to drop is to delete specific column. And then the outer to modify is to modify an existing column, either change the data type size and data type. So let's start with the outer to add. So the syntax is outer table. This is the table name. And then you put the add because this is outer to add. And then the column name, table students, then add. This is the new column and their data, the data type and the size. Okay. So let's try the outer to add. Okay, outer table students, add address varchar 15. Okay, you put add. Again, you can do it in one line. Hindi mo kailangan mag-enter na mag-enter. Okay. Okay, you put address. Okay, very good. And then semicolon. Do not forget the semicolon always. So if you will notice, the table has been altered. Okay, so kindly check, describe your table if it has been added. Okay, so you can check from below. The address has been added. Okay, so now we have successfully added or altered the table. Okay, let me share my screen again. Let's continue. So after the outer to add, we have the outer to modify. The outer to modify, the syntax is outer table and then the table name, modify, and then column name, and then new, and then the data type, new, and size. So for example, outer table students, modify, last name, try to modify. First, I want you to add an, can you add age? Yung address, okay? No, you go up. You go to your syntax. Yung address dyan, palitan mo ng age. Okay, tapos run mo na agad. May age na pala tayo. Sorry, year na lang. Year level. Sorry about that. Year level. And then run. Okay, table has been altered. Please describe. Okay, now if you will notice, we have the year level, which is bar car 215. Okay, now I want you to change the column name. The data type and the size, okay, of the year level. So please try to modify, go back to your syntax. Instead of add, you will change it into modify. Yeah, that's correct. And then the year level, change the varchar into integer. If it's an integer, no need to put the size. So you cannot mix the varchar and integer. You have to delete the whole. Yeah, that's the one. Okay, very good. Then run. It has been altered. Describe, please. Okay, so if you will notice, the data type has been modified, even the size. Okay, so that's how you're going to modify the table. Now let's move on to the, let's go back to the slide. So after the alter to add and alter to modify, the last alter is the alter to drop. The alter to drop class is the syntax of this is alter table and then the table name and then drop column and then the column name. So for example, alter table, call the name of the table, drop, here you have to include drop column. Okay, drop column and then name of the column. Okay, so let's try the alter to drop. Okay, so I want you to drop the address. Yes. Okay, the syntax is alter table students drop column address. Okay, so click run. Okay, so you check the results first. Check the describe. Okay, so if you will notice, address column has been removed. So we successfully deleted the column. So again, the drop is used to delete the whole column. Okay, let me share my screen again. We are done with the alter to add, alter to modify, and alter to drop. The next is renaming the table. To rename the table, okay, or change the existing name of the table, use the rename statement. The syntax is rename the old table name to the new table name. So for example, rename students to estudyante. So let's try this. Okay, kindly type rename. And then the old, yeah, that's correct, the old table name to profile. Let's try, you try to describe, okay. So now, the object to be described could not be found because we already renamed the table. So you have to describe it again. So type the syntax for describe or the statement for the describe. So what's the syntax? That is describe what? Please type. Name of the table, which is profile. And then run. Okay. So now if you will notice, this is your existing, you rename, that's how you rename an existing table. Okay, next. Next is truncate. Okay, to delete, the truncate statement is used to delete the values in the students, but leaving its structure, you may use the truncate statement. So the syntax is truncate table and then the table name. So for example, truncate table estudyante. Okay, so now, before we truncate, we cannot truncate if we do not have an existing DML command. So now we are going to use a DML command. So we are done with the DDL, we are going to use with the DML. So the DML command is insert into, kindly type, space, values, open parenthesis, Okay, so you have to follow the order of your column. So the first column is LN. So you have to put LN. Hindi, syempre, you have to put a value for your last name. What is the data that you will store in the last name? Do not forget to put a single quotation because it is a string. So for example, put a single quote to be inside the single quotation. Again, we are using single quotation, not double quotation. And then comma. And then you put the first name. You just follow the format. Go on. O magbigay ka. Ayan. Then comma. Okay. The age. Comma again. Year level. Let's say 3. And then close. So if you will notice, for the age and the year level, there are no single quotation because it's a number. We only use the single quotation for the string. Okay, so please run. Okay. Sorry, I forgot the table name. Insert into profile. Okay, so the syntax class is insert into the name of the table and then values and then open and close parentheses and then you put the the data. Again, the one row is inserted. So to check that, kindly erase the syntax from above. So select asterisk from. You have to put a space. Select space asterisk space from, okay, space, name of the table. Again, select is the statement or syntax to display the values or extract the value. Asterisk stands for all columns, and then of course including the rows. From is calling the source, and then profile is the table. And then you have to put the single the semicolon to terminate the line. And then click run. That's how you're going to show the whole table. So please do remember. So now that is your table created. That's the table you created a while ago. And then that is the data that you inserted in the table, which is clues 1, age 22, and 3. Okay? Now, I want you to add another row. Okay? Kindly insert 1 again. Sige, go on, run. So 1 row has been inserted. So kindly check if it's properly inserted. Sige, show me the whole table, please. Using the select asterisk from. Okay, then run, please. Okay, very good. So now we have 2 different rows. Okay. For the truncate statement, to delete the values in the student but leaving its structure, you may use the truncate statement. The syntax is truncate table, and then the table name, okay, or truncate table student. Okay, truncate table profile. So get semicolon, then run. Okay, now, so now it has been successfully truncated. Please select asterisk from profile. Kindly show your full table again. Oh, data found. Okay, so kindly click the scribe. Okay, so let me explain what happened. Okay, the truncate statement is used if you want to delete the whole data or the whole row the rows in your table. So if you type truncate, it will delete all the data. But the columns will be retained. Kaya nandyan pa rin yung column mo. It will retain the structure, the structure of the column. Okay, it will be retained. The one that will be deleted is the data. Okay, so please check, kindly insert another row. Tignan natin kung talaga hindi na-delete. Pero ayan, as I have shown you, it's inside the describe. So insert into, please. Semicolon, please, then run. Okay, so if you will notice again, as I have mentioned, the table has not been deleted. Let me continue my discussion. So next is dropping a table, the indexes associated in it. Even if a rollback statement is issued, the record in the table will not be restored. So the syntax is drop table and then the name of the table. So for example, drop table estudiante. The first thing that I want you to do is, no, not yet. Create a new table. Sige. Ito, if you will notice, table 2. Magkadikit, di ba, no spaces dapat? And then you put yung LN gawin mo last name, yung FN gawin mo first name. Okay, then run. Now I want you to insert a data in the table 2. Kindly insert at least one row. Okay, insert. Patingin ako sa results. Nasa history ka kasi kaya hindi mo napapansin. Too many values. Ibig sabihin, tignan mo yung i-describe mo yung table mo, sobra ka sa column. You check describe mo muna. Hindi profile, table 2. Describe. Type ka sa taas. Describe, table 2. Okay, so again, describe table 2 to check how the structure of your table, to check the number of columns and the data type. So if you will notice, that's why it caused an error, because the data that you are trying to add is more than the column that you have in the table 2. Okay, so again, insert into based on the number of columns that you have in table 2. Okay, click run, please. Okay, now one row is inserted. So I want you to check if it's existing. Show me the whole table using the select command. Okay. Okay, very good. Now, again, from there, stop lang ako, wait lang. Now we are going to apply the drop table. Again, the syntax is drop table and then the name of the table. So, okay, so now drop it. Okay, table has been successfully dropped. Now let's check. Can you show me the table 2? Okay, now the table or view does not exist because we deleted or dropped the whole table. Okay, So be careful when you use the statement drop because you cannot bring it back once you drop the full table. Okay? So the lesson summary for today is that in this lesson, you should have learned the following. Create new table by using the create table statement. Add, modify, or drop existing column using the alter statement. Change the name of table using the rename statement. Delete the table using the drop statement and remove all rows in the table using the truncate statement. Okay, that's the end of our topic for today. We are going to continue our discussion next meeting, same day, same time. Okay, so have a great day, everyone. Thank you. Bye-bye.